What is up, people? BP here, and today we're going to be answering the question, should you, as a man, date a woman with kids? This is going to sound so sexist by the time we finish this video, but I don't care because guess what, guys? There are some lonely men out there who are being taken advantage of not only by these transgender dudes hiding behind a profile on Tinder, but they're also being taken advantage of by these vulture women who are preying upon these simps, as we would call them, guys like you and me, bro, who just want to live in peace, but we can't because guess what? Getting vagina can be one of the most daunting and difficult tasks on planet Earth. So should you date a woman with kids if you are a man? And could you please stop moving? Gee whiz. All right, hang on 1 second. There we go. I think I've got it fixed. Okay, now, to answer that question truthfully, gentlemen, I want your input. If you have any input whatsoever, please leave it down in the comments below and let me know what you think. But to answer this question truthfully, we have to ask the question in the reverse. Bro, if the shoe was on the other foot, would the woman date you if you had kids? If you were a single dad, taking on the burden of the world. Okay, let's just say you had like 2 kids, right? And you're a single dad and you're raising these kids, man. You're doing a hell of a good job. As a matter of fact, you deserve an applause. Good job, because guess what? There's not many men out there who are willing to be good fathers just like you. As a matter of fact, in my city alone, you know what I hear more often than not? I hear about stories of guys knocking girls up in this city. And literally all they have to do is drive across the bridge 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes tops to get to their child that they helped create, and they don't do it. That to me is despicable. And if you're a dad and you're doing that bullshit, you should be ashamed of yourself. And you need to get right with God, to be honestly, because honestly, I seriously think you're lazy. I can't tell you how much that frustrates the shit out of me because like my kids, I wish I could be in their life. And they live hours away, like 7 hours away. But guess what? I'm willing to drive that distance just to see them for 2 days. You can't go across the bridge for freaking an hour to visit with your kids? Like, come on, man. Like, what's wrong with you? How would you feel if you grew up without a father, a mother, okay? Going back to the original question, should a man date a woman with kids? Well, the answer is, do you think she would date you with kids? Honestly, no. You know why? Because they feel like they're in competition with the baby mama, okay? They feel like if you as a man are a father, you have kids, let's say you don't even raise the kids yourself. They stay with their mom, right? And you just visit like every other weekend. Your average woman is going to look at you like she has to compete with the child's mother for your attention and your affection and your money. Because why? She wants your money and your attention to go straight to her because she's probably trying to have a child with you to begin with. So, I mean, the whole purpose of her being with you is not because she's really, really into you. Maybe she is, but more than likely, she has an agenda. And part of that agenda is either A, she wants your money, or B, she wants your semen. And why would she want your semen? It's not because it gets her off. No, it's because, dude, you have the ability to give her children, okay? And why men don't use that as leverage, like, I don't know. Like, so many men out there are just rushing to go get vasectomies, and, like, I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing, man? Like, you're taking away a bargaining chip. if you have your ball sack intact, you have a massive bargaining chip with women to be like, yo, I can create kids. I can give you children and hold it over their head. Not that you necessarily have to give them kids. I'm just saying, like, why would you not keep yourself in a normal, productive sort of way? Why would you go get a vasectomy? I'm just asking the question. So today we're gonna dive right into this theory of why men should not date women with children. It's not that you should not date women with children per se, because I've dated plenty of women with kids, but the pattern that women show when they have kids is just absolutely atrocious, so that you as a man just do not have a chance in hell to even not just bed the woman, but to have anything serious with her, because you're in constant competition for her and her time, and it's like not even worth it. So we're gonna jump right into this, and if you guys really enjoy this video, please let me know. Share it on Facebook if you want, and yeah, if you'd like to support me, also that's greatly appreciated as well. And if you have any questions, please let me know, and we can have more videos just like this. And yeah, I can't wait to jump right into this. What is up, people? BP here, and here we go. So the meme that I came across on Facebook is this one right here. It says, true or false, if you marry someone who already has kids from previous relationships, those kids are now your kids and should be treated as such. Bro, are you high? First of all, why would you marry a woman with kids, with that plural, S, from previous relationships, plural S? Okay, let's examine this from the get-go. Okay, first of all, do not marry a woman with kids, and I will tell you the reason why. Specifically, as a man, okay, you're geared towards wanting to get sex. You want to get laid. And I'll be the first to tell you that the one woman you will never get laid with is a woman with kids. Just ask any married man if he's gotten laid lately, and the answer is probably no, because they have kids themselves. So, once... I don't know how to explain this other than, like, dude, when you get married and you have kids with your wife, just take note. Your sex life will drop off the cliff completely. And every day will be an excuse. I have a headache. I'm not in the mood. I was busy helping the kids and blah, 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 blah. Stop right there, okay? Just understand that once you commit to a marriage, okay, you're committing to something that is supposed to last a lifetime, and the whole purpose for that is for companionship and for raising children, okay? So I'm a firm believer in a two-parent household, mother and father, okay? Now, it is so vitally important that kids have both parents in the picture, all right? So that's why marriage is so sacred, and it is such a huge and important decision, because it's really about the kids. Now, if she has kids from someone else, okay, life happens, people make mistakes, and realistically, you don't want to fault the woman like she's some whore, okay? Just because she had kids from a previous relationship, that does not bring her value down. It just simply means, dude, she's not going to want to have sex. Point blank. If she has kids, her focus is her kids, not you. And this is just the reality of it, okay? Women, we think you guys are completely awesome, and we think you're heroes in our book because you raise all these kids all by yourself, and these trash-ass men can't even drive across the bridge to come visit his kids. So good for you. However, when it comes to a man looking for sex, okay, because that's actually what men really, really want. Am I right, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh no, I want relationships. Shut up. You're a bitch. Okay, you if you disagree, I'm sorry, but you're a bitch. No, I just want relationship and I want this and that. Dude, okay. If what you want is companionship and friendship and all that, then probably you should get married, because guess what? When you get married, your sex life goes to shit a lot of times. But you have to be okay with that. It's perfectly fine getting into a marriage with the understanding that I'm probably not going to get laid very often. So you need to understand that up front. You're probably not going to get laid very often. And if you're getting married for the intent of getting laid, you are listening to the wrong YouTube channel. But for the rest of you guys who actually want to get laid, okay, my suggestion is to run away from a woman with kids, because my experience with women with kids has been this. As soon as you talk to them online or in person, okay, immediately there's an excuse from the get-go. I don't have time to talk on the phone. I don't have time to go on a date. I don't bring strange men around my kids. I can't see you on certain times because I need a babysitter. Okay. Really and honestly and truly, if you're dating a woman with kids and you're trying to have sex with her, the only time you're really going to be able to have sex with that woman is when her kids are at school. That is it. And usually when her kids are at school, you are at work. So let's examine this meme for what it is. If you marry someone who already has kids from previous relationships, those kids are now your kids and should be treated as such. No, they are not. First of all, no woman is going to let you take over, so to speak, as the dad. They probably want you to in their fantasy world, like, oh yeah, I want this man to step up and be the man of the house and be the father my kids never had. Realistically speaking, she's going to look at you like a dumbass. And don't you dare try to lay a hand on her kids, because she will probably choke you. Okay? So, realistically speaking, those kids are now not your kids. They never were your kids, bro. And chances are, if you're married with kids, there's a good possibility that 1 out of your 4 children is not yours, unless you did a DNA test. You are not the father, my friend, because a lot of women do cheat, unfortunately. And yeah, I've seen it so often, like in family and friends. It's like, you do realize that's not your son. You do realize that's not your kid, right? Like, but I'm too scared to say anything to people that I know. I'm not going to bring it up. Like, it's just very obvious in the family photographs that one child out of the 4 just doesn't look like the rest of them. So, but guys, you can't do that. Just remember, okay? Like, if you have a child outside of marriage, well, you can't hide it as well. Because those women come knocking at your door asking for child support. So anyways, but yeah, no, those kids are not yours, dude. Like, don't even try to play dad. I mean, like, seriously, your kids are your kids, sweetheart. I am child free. You, on the other hand, you have responsibilities. I'm going to go watch my football game now. I'll talk to you later, and I'll see you at midnight when we go to bed, and we should be hooking up, and if not, bitch, you're getting out of my house with your kids, okay? Because what do we do, men? We do not put up with a woman who does not put out, right? That's exactly right. Whether in marriage, relationship, or even less than that. And what was the thing I'm just going to show you? Oh, that's right. Fresh and Fit. What was it? Women with kids, something like that, or men with kids. There's one particular thing I wanted to show that I thought was pretty valid. Oh, where is it? I'm going to come back here in just a minute. Let me find it, and I'm going to turn this video back on. Okay, finally, I found it. All right, so I'm going to examine this one particular video, or I should say I'm going to show you one particular video from these guys, Fresh and Fit. I think it's Marion. I can't think of his name. One of the guys on this show, the skinny one, I actually think he's pretty solid. Okay, he's on point most of the time. The other guy, he's kind of average. But so they show this particular statistic that shows, like, you know, most men would not date a woman with kids. That may be true in the black community. I'm not sure, because I think a lot of these podcasts do cater towards the black community a lot. However, towards the white community, and if you are in the white community watching this, you should know that this statistic is exactly the opposite in our own community. And I'm going to show you what statistic we're talking about here.
And with heels, I'm like 6'2".
Okay. Then you're telling me it was heels.
Mark.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Would you date a single mother seriously? We got 98% said no. 3% said maybe.
Yikes.
And then
1% said yes.
Ooh.
I wouldn't have
So
said.
here's the thing. So what you want a man that's what, 6'3"
Yes.
and $100,000 a year?
I mean, not really 100, like maybe 80.
80. Okay.
Maybe.
Well, you're looking for
Living
a guy.
in Miami, you know how it is.
Here's the thing. You're looking for a guy in like the top 5%.
Right.
Because so let's do the math. About 14% or so of men are 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's just 6
especially
feet.
in Miami, it's like they're like
And even less.
5'8". Yeah.
So to find a man that's 6'3", you're already talking about a 2-3% man. Now
include single.
Single.
Ready to mingle.
Ready to mingle. Then let's add in, is he attractive enough?
Yeah.
Right. I could tell you're picky on looks. Then let's add in the fact he needs to make $80,000 a year.
Yep. You gotta settle.
You know what? When you stood up, I think you changed the chat's mind.
Okay, so besides addressing the fact that I think that they're kind of complaining about the standards that women have, you know, which is irrelevant. Like, okay, women, you have your standards of how you want a man to be. You want him to be over 6 feet freaking tall. You know, 6 foot. I'm 6'6". Okay, so got that one down. You want him to have over $80K a year income level. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. I definitely don't make that much money. Maybe 20,000 a year, 30,000 a year if I'm lucky. But that's okay, because really in this game, it doesn't matter what you make. You could be homeless and completely broke and still win. And that's the freaking facts. But what I wanted to focus on here was the statistic where they said, would you date a single mother seriously? And most said no. I would venture to say that probably in the black community, a lot of black men would totally reject the idea of dating a single mother. And I think the reason is because they have very good reasons. And one of those reasons probably is the competition factor. If she's got kids with another man, she's likely emotionally attached still to him, and therefore would not give him the vagina as much, or she would be cheating behind his back. Honestly, guys, in the white community, you guys need to catch on to this shit, because you guys are retarded if you think that you should date a woman with kids. And I'm going to tell you why, man. First of all, the biggest factor for me personally is the lay factor. Can I bed this woman? If the answer is a maybe or a no, it is a certainty for me to X her out. It's like not even a question. And typically the ones that fall into that category are single moms, because they just simply don't put out, man. I don't know what it is, aside from the fact that they don't want to bring strange men around their kids. That's just the facts. Like, for example, you men out there who've had any experience with dating single moms, how many times were you told no when you asked to come over? For me, it was like in the 90 percentile. I'd be like, hey, what are you doing on Friday night? I have no plans. Would you like me to come over, or would you like to come here? The answer was most of the time, maybe some other time. Can't do it. It was always a no. And if it was a no for her to come to my house because she couldn't find a babysitter, It was a no for me to go to her house because she didn't want to bring strange men around her kids. I'm thinking, like, what do I have to do to be counted not as a stranger? Do I have to work with you? Do I have to go to school with you? Like, what counts me as not a stranger? If I've gone on 3 dates with you already, why am I still a stranger to you? You should know me well enough by date number 3 to know that I'm not going to touch on your kids, and I'm not going to hurt your kids either and beat on them. Like, but they don't see it that way. They go, oh my gosh, this is a strange man. He might do something to my kids. And it's like, lady, you're being irrational. So I don't have time to waste on irrational thinking. I only have time to bury the bone. Because for me, that's what dating is all about. I'm not in it for the long haul, like trying to find that special someone who I can spend the rest of my life with, because I have different values, okay? If it's, for me, it's about getting the pussy. So if I'm on the hunt, all right, I understand that once you get locked down in a relationship, all right, either A, you as the man are going to lose interest sexually to some degree after the first year, or she is after the first year. So either way, someone's going to lose sexual interest and the sex is going to drop off. So therefore, for me, it's like, if they make it, if the girlfriend makes it past that first year mark and our sex is still more than once per week, I've got to keep her. I've got a great keeper, because that for me is the standard. You have to be able to perform more than once a week for a whole year for me to consider a long-term relationship with you. If you can't do that, you're out of the picture. And for me personally, a single mom cannot perform that kind of way. Because why? She's exhausted by taking care of the kids. Why do you think so many married men complain about their sex life after they have kids? It's because of that very reason. The woman just simply stops putting out, stops desiring that. She's got what she wanted out of the ordeal by marrying you. Okay, she put out for a little while to kind of rope you in, and then once she married you, she got you, because now she's got the child. Now she's got the kids that she's always wanted. Nothing wrong with that. It's fine. It's cool. But just understand that if you've been there and you've done that, like myself, I have kids, I've had wives. I'm now at a different stage in my life where I don't need to have that family unit. I'm pretty much good with just a girlfriend. So therefore, I have certain standards that I need met that I'm not willing to compromise on with a woman. That being said, if a girl has kids, great. I'm going to treat her just like anybody else. You have to put out more than once a week for over a year. And you can't treat me like a stranger every time we talk. Like, I get it. You don't bring strange kids around you don't bring strange men around your kids. Fine. But there comes a point in time where I do need to be brought to the house to sleep in your bed. Okay? Whether or not I want anything to do with your kids is up to me. Because honestly, like, I'll treat your kids with respect, but those are your kids. Like, I don't give two shits. I mean, I'll try to be maybe a father figure if I'm around long enough. But aside from that, it's your problem. I mean, you wanted them. I'm just saying. I mean, in all honesty, too, like, I don't know, man. Like, first of all, I'm real pissed at guys for having kids that they never go see in the same city as this woman. So, like, but the other thing is, like, why are you as a woman even dating if you have kids, knowing you don't have time for a boyfriend? Like, get the freaking heck out of here. Anyway, that's all I have for this video, guys. If you liked it, let me know in the comments down below. Don't mind my Christmas lights because they are the coolest. And you guys have a great day.
Yeah.